Mistweaver Monks have a very fun and amazing playstyle where you heal people by punching and kicking people in the face, which is pretty fun. And yes, of course, that isn't the whole spec in one sentence, so you Mistweaver professionals, please don't come at me. Which is why today we're going to be discussing why you should be playing a Mistweaver Monk in Dragonflight, or maybe why you shouldn't. Special mention to my live stream over on twitch.tv/Ryfrost, where we'll be talking about all things Mythic Plus, raiding, all the different healers, and if you want to come along and talk to me live, you can find me there. The link is in the description down below. And we are coming to the very end of our healer series where we cover every single healer just before Dragonflight launches, and you'll find the link to every single healer in the description and in the cards above. Mistweaver Monks in Dragonflight have seen a few changes, however the fun is still there. In fact, I would argue that it is even more fun in Dragonflight than what it was in Shadowlands, with powerful Covenant abilities following us into the expansion such as Bone Dust Brew and Feline Stomp, and with our base legendary Ancient Teachings of the Monastery now being a choosable talent, we are looking to be quite powerful. When it comes to playstyle, nothing has really changed, except for the fact that we can now get instant Vivify every 10 seconds if we talent into it. But anyway, like every other healer that we've done in this series, we're going to be looking at the strengths and the weaknesses in both Mythic Plus and in Raid. In Shadowlands, Mistweaver Monks were seen as almost at the bottom of the pack in Mythic Plus for every single season. We struggled with high damage moments and keeping up the healing, and our damage wasn't that great. That being said, once we got our 4 set, we did improve, but it was quite rare to see Mistweaver Monks in high Mythic Plus. And when I did my Ultimate Healer Keystone Master Challenge, I really did struggle to get into 18s and 19s on my Monk, whereas on my Priest it was almost instant invites. And in Dragonflight it may be shaping up to be the same way, however with the increase in Monk's damage and having an instant Vivify that leans into bonus healing on targets with Renew and Mist, and of course our favourite Covenant abilities and legendaries to pick from in the talents, I would say that we could comfortably sit in the middle of the pack, but it is yet to be decided. But what I will say, out of all the shortfalls of a Mistweaver Monk, it is probably one of the favourite classes and most interesting specs that I've ever played in World of Warcraft, and I've had a lot of fun playing it in Mythic Plus and testing it in raids. Just the playstyle of being in melee, punching and kicking and spinning around and passively healing your teammates is really satisfying, and it was one of the most things that I was excited for when I got the beta access. We also still have options to do single target ranged heals when needed, but it is a very fleshed out spec, and I think Blizzard has done a fantastic job at the Mistweaver Monk in Dragonflight, and if you want to get Keystone Master on your Mistweaver Monk in Season 1 of Dragonflight, I don't think there'll be any issue doing so. When it comes to raiding in Dragonflight, I really don't think anything has changed. We will still be competitive in the sense of heals per second, but sadly the shortfalls of a Mistweaver Monk that has always played the class for as long as I can remember is their raid utility. Whereas Resto Druids have been given a powerful raid-wide buff, and Preservation Evokers getting all of its insane raid-wide cooldowns and heals, when it comes to Mistweaver Monk we still only have Revival and Life Cocoon. Unfortunately, Revival is very situational as it not only heals, it dispels magic effect, and in most cases this causes more issues than it helps. Now Blizzard has given us another choice called Restoral, where it no longer dispels magic, meaning that this makes us even more desirable as it is an incredibly powerful healing ability. We will still be the absolute heals per second powerhouse that we have always been, and in a raiding situation, if you don't have access to a Resto Druid, a Mistweaver Monk is your second best pick when it comes to sheer healing output and raid-wide healing coverage. And once again, healing as a Mistweaver Monk is so fun, in raids even more so. The way Renew and Mist and Essence font works, there isn't a lot of management to it, and other than casting mists on key players, it works for you. We still have our Chi-Ji playstyle that we had in Shadowlands with Enveloping Mists, and now with Enveloping Breath, this also does a powerful AoE heal to 6 nearby targets, which is a huge bonus to our HPS and our AoE healing. We are so well designed, and whoever picks up a Mistweaver Monk will soon realise it. When it comes to the downside or the weaknesses of a Mistweaver Monk, it is incredibly fun to play. However, when it comes to the talents, there isn't much freedom of choice. There will always be that meta build in Mythic Plus and in Raiding, but with other classes, you had a bit of freedom to pick and choose between a few minor talents. When it comes to a Mistweaver Monk, it seems to be very unique in the sense that every single talent that we need to pick is very synergistic with each other, meaning that if you pick out of key talents, the entire spec feels like it will break down. Another downfall for some, especially new players, is that it is melee, and if they're coming from another healer, people might become quite intimidated by the playstyle and will sit in their ranged comfort zone. Linking that to having to pick a specific talent build to be effective, unfortunately this doesn't benefit you for being in ranged. We have amazing defensives to protect us from both magic and physical damage, but as a new player, being in melee might be too intimidating for a beginner, and it may take a little bit of time to get used to the class, just like always, and once you've mastered it, it shouldn't be too intimidating. And of course, where I was talking about the Mistweaver Monk really does struggle in high damage situations, it may be that in Mythic Plus, not so much in raids, but in dungeons in high key levels, we may also struggle to keep up with the damage that is taken. Mistweaver Monks have a special place in my heart. I have always loved playing the Mistweaver Monk. It has always been fun. It has seen some changes over the years where we've gone from ranged to melee to some hybrid build, but now we seem to be going back to melee. But it is incredibly fun, and if you want to pick it up in Dragonflight, you will have no problem. And if you were to ask me, should you play a Mistweaver Monk in Dragonflight? The answer would be 100% yes. But anyway, my name is Ryfrost. Thank you for watching this video. Please like the video, hit that subscribe button for more Dragonflight content, and write a comment down below. Will you be playing Mistweaver Monk or not? Thanks very much, guys.